What's up, gangsters? How about a little bit of random? Okay, so I've got all kinds of weird shit going on at my workbench today, so this is a good day for some random. So, yeah, mail call last night, new grips for my bike, a can of honey chipotle almonds. Dude, so good. But anyway, not modeling related. What is modeling related is this stuff over here. In mail call last night, I got some things from John Geigel at Masterpiece Models, and you can see there a couple of them. I'm going to set the camera here where I can grab those and talk about them. First of all is this stuff. John is going to start selling this plastic weld stuff, which you can see is professional grade solvent cement. So it's like extra thin but different. It looks to me like it's intended for materials besides styrene, which I don't think extra thin works that great for other stuff. So he's doing several different versions of this. You can see this one's the quick setting, water thin. So I'm going to be trying this out. I'm looking forward to checking it out. It is about to fall on the floor and break. That would be very bad. Anyway, this is just a regular bottle, and I don't have a touch and flow or anything like that. So what I might do is just transfer it to one of my old Tamiya bottles. I knew there's a reason that I kept those around. This is also really cool. This is a roll of tape that he's looking at adding to his product line. And this is specifically rice paper tape or washi tape. Kind of have to emphasize that. It's a subject that is near and dear to my heart, as many people know. It's kind of timely because I was actually in a little bit of a debate with somebody, actually Marcus Nichols, over there on the Tamiya page yesterday, about because somebody referenced kabuki tape, which is just absolute silliness. It's the most meaningless term in all of scale modeling. Somewhere along the line, and you guys have seen, I've done a video about this, somebody talked about kabuki tape, or then actually some company named their tape kabuki tape as like a brand name or a brand style or something. Anyway, you know, gullible modelers, you know how we are, picked up on it and started calling all of this kind of tape kabuki tape, but it's meaningless. Kabuki is a Japanese word that literally means the art of singing and dancing. I mean, it's about as meaningful as circular ice cream. I just don't get it, because, you know, the thing is, we use these terms because they have some technical meaning. I mean, we have lacquer paints because they have certain properties. We have acrylic paints because they have different certain properties. We have enamels because they have certain properties. I'm a believer in the idea that words matter. And the reason that washi tape, rice paper tape, is good is because rice paper specifically has the quality of being very soft and very thin, which is good for us as model makers. So that's why rice paper tape or washi tape is a thing, but kabuki tape is not. Anyway, I'm looking forward to trying this tape. We all use a lot of masking tape, and I think this stuff's going to be pretty good. It looks to me like it's really nice and thin. He's going to do a variety of widths. I mean, yeah, look, that is nice and thin and flexible. So anyway, that's pretty cool. He also sent me these scale rulers that he's doing. These are pretty neat. They're laser cut. But anyway, on to projects. I've been taking a break from the main body of the Spitfire to work on a couple of other things. One is the belkit Ford Escort rally car that Patrick Perales sent me. I don't know how much I talked about it last time. That's it. So far, the thing is kind of jinxed. I broke my 5-year-long perfect record of never actually losing a part permanently last week when I lost one of these little crowns that goes on the top of the rear McPherson struts. And I was not going to scratch build one. Sorry, Patrick, but I don't care enough about this thing to do that. So I did a trick. I used some silly putty to press a mold of the one I still had, filled it full of UV glue, hardened it, did a little bit of cleanup on it, painted it, and I pretty sure that at this quick of a glance, and certainly as much of a look at it as you'll get through the windows of the finished model, you can't tell which one is the real one. So I'm pretty stoked about that. That was a good save. Then this morning I was farting around and lost the little gizmo for the fuel tank that goes in this circular recess right here. So yeah, I was irritated, but I was looking through my Spitfire parts and I noticed the round hub thing that goes on the front of the propeller for the Spit being about the right diameter. And sure enough, it is, and looks sort of like important. So, yeah, that's going to get painted and glued in there because I've already looked everywhere for the other stupid thing and can't find it. Speaking of Spitfire parts, been doing a lot of work on those. While I work on this car thing, all the auxiliary bits like the landing gear, gear doors, had to add the invasion stripes to them to sort of match. Those are all in pretty good shape. Been working on the painting things like the exhaust stacks. Those are quick boost resin exhaust stacks that I'm about to dump on the floor probably. So those look pretty good. I've been working on the propeller. You can see that I have, this is a Rotal prop. It's a wooden prop, which is got copper sheathing on the leading edge. So you can see I laid down a base color of copperish MRP and chipped that back. I've used the lovely HGW stencils, stencil HGW wet transfers for the stencils, whatever. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. For the Rotal markings that go on there, and those just look awesome. You can see not only no carrier film, but of course, yep, there's a sink mark there that I didn't really notice till now. And how much you want to bet I'm not going to fix that? Just like I'm not going to fix the location of the of those markings, which are about twice as far out from the root of the prop blade as they should be. Anyway, they look awesome. They've got a coat of dull coat on them right now. You can see also that I've got some markings on here. Come on, camera, focus up. Not really sure what these markings mean, but I see them in quite a few Spitfire photographs. It's obviously some kind of secret code from the ground crew or maintenance guys, and I think it's pretty dope. Adds a little note of realism there, so I got that on there. I've completed the quick boost entry door. You can see I'm having a little bit of fun with the color of the crowbar there. We all know that's probably wrong, but sometimes we take these things a little too seriously, and I just decided to have a little bit of fun with it. So, very quickly, I have just a little bit of time left. I've been doing some Rube Goldberg style milling here. This is one of the parts for my Honda Monkey. And one of the challenges with these 3D printed parts is that they've got all the supports on the bottom of them, and it looks like ass, and it's hard to get it really nice and flat. You can see how they are once you break them all off, and that surface is pretty irregular. So what I did on this one, you can see, is I added some material. I just put an extra chunk of stuff on there that the supports could attach to, and that I could then come back and mill off, which is what I did here. and it works great. I've got a lovely flat surface there, which is what that would be in real life. Also been milling flat the bottoms of my Spitfire's tires, which I really like to do because, you know, these are resin wheels and they've got the pour blocks. And yeah, you can sand them off or file them off, but it's tough to get them perfectly flat. And where this pays off is when you go to install them, because, you know, you've got to put them on the landing gear and you can't really have them glued yet because that flat spot has to be clocked perfectly to rest flat on the ground. And if you try to glue them in place before they are resting on the ground, you'll get it wrong. It's pretty much guaranteed. So by putting the flat spot on there, you guarantee that they both stand up exactly the same way. And just real quickly, because I'm at 11 minutes, the way that I do this with this Proxxon, this is their cheapo drill press attachment, which I can show you if I back away from it a little bit. You can get a little bit of a look at it there. The EF50 Micromott just fits right there in that clamp. You don't even have to tighten it up at all. Whoops. Let me see if I can get this set and I'll give you a quick demo. So what I do is I set the depth so that when I pull the handle to lower this thing, it stops at exactly the right height. And you can see that it's got a screw back there so that you can set that. And once I've got that set, then I use my foot feed to turn it on. And I'm spinning it at like 20,000 RPM, maybe not quite that much, but pretty damn fast. And then once you got it spinning and set at the right height, you just take and make your passes. I'm not actually making a cut right now because I don't need to make any more, but that's how you do it. And it is a bit tense. It's, you know, there's a high penalty for failure. I screwed up doing this to the wheels on my Tempest a couple of years ago. Took a big chunk out of one because I let it get, I wasn't paying attention. This thing basically fell off the edge of this slot right here and made things go wonky, and it took a big chunk out of the side of one of my beautiful resin wheels for the Tempest. Had to order a new set. So it's got a high penalty, but the result for me is very well worth it because I know that those wheels are going to sit perfectly on the ground, and that's a good thing. So anyway, that's, wow, 13 minutes. I better shut the hell up and go away. Bye.